What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers Podcast, episode 128. Let's fucking go. What a weekend of fights we had. Absolutely abysmal, I might say.
Okay, that's dramatic as hell.
That's dramatic.
As hell.
Also, it is. But also, I think that was like cleanest transition from a conversation into the start of a podcast ever that you've done. So I will congratulate you on that.
Sometimes my brain works good. Most of the time, it works like not good. Poo, you know?
It works just like that sentence was
case in
worded.
point.
We are back with a whole bunch more talks of a whole bunch of terrible fights from this weekend. Nothing good happened across two events in 2 days. We had some good stuff. I'm playing around. We did have some good fights, but just some terrible officiating that we will get to from Salt Lake City. Usually it's like, oh, elevation and all that. No, the judges and the referee and everything, it was horrible. Don't know what the fuck happened I thought it was supposed to be third time's the charm. What the fuck happened this time in Salt Lake City?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know.
I guess it's all because the main event didn't play out with the other main event, so, you know, everything got all fucked up. But we will get into all of that. But first, we also had one championship on Friday. One Fight Night 25, a pretty decent card for their Amazon Prime card. Reggie and Ursul looking to get his title back from Alexis Nicholas.
And that he fucking did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Heading into it, just think about it, it's like, what can he change to actually be able to get the title and, like, win the fight this time?
No, seriously, because, like, we were talking about how their first fight was April 5th. It felt like a lifetime from their last fight. I didn't think it was so soon, ago, you know? I didn't, so thinking about it, it was like, how much can he really change and do different to get this win? Because Alexis just got the clear decision over him last time.
Yep.
I mean, this time he got the UD, and it's like, I feel like the biggest thing that he did differently was he just put pressure on him.
Yeah.
He went out there and he didn't stop, you know? He didn't give time for Alexis to do things. He was getting clipped with some shit, but, like, because of his pressure, like, he just kept going forward and didn't let him build up to put too much work on him, you know?
100%. And he didn't let Nicholas just beat him up with the leg kicks and like the kicks overall throughout the fight, putting the pressure on and just really trying to crowd him as much as he could, you know. It was very solid. Towards the back end of the fight, Ursul did kind of start doing just some Ursul things and like coasting a little bit, and it's just like, bro, you're letting him back into this fight, and it's getting close. Going into the 5th round, I thought it could easily be 2-2. I wasn't sure if it was going to be 3-1 Ursul or if it was going to be 2-2. 5th round was just another good close round, and by the end of it, I really didn't know. Like, I thought that there was a slim chance that Alexis Nicholas was going to get it done 3 rounds to 2, but I was favoring Ursul to get it. Ended up with the judges' scorecards giving it to him, but just a good, solid performance. Very happy to see the Immortal back on the throne.
Definitely a fun fight from them.
That's what I was about to say. Definitely a fun fight. I had no dog in the race. I missed their first fight, so I was just looking for that.
I got real hyped on him. Like, I think it was the second Sinsamut fight was the first one that we watched of his live, where he ended up getting the finish. But it was the lightweight Muay Thai and kickboxing champion. He was like, I just want to get 5 title defenses on each, call it good. You know, I was like, that's an awesome game plan. You know, it just sounded really cool. Ended up getting a few more title defenses, and then lost it this one to undefeated Frenchman coming in. Don't think he had a whole lot of one fights before heading into that one, and just got the upset. So just good to see Ursul getting it back.
Yeah, no, he only had a 1-1 fight before that.
Yeah, so just one of those things where, like, heading into the first one where it's like, okay, we know Ursul, he's looking good, like, okay, awesome champ, and then, okay, this guy that no one really knows, and you know what I mean? Like, I mean, saying no one in terms of casual American fan base and, like, Muay Thai kickboxing, you know what I mean?
Because, it was a Cincinnati one, and then he knocked out Dmitry Menshikov real quick, and it was like, oh, damn, and then coming into this one, it was like, this guy only had the one fight, it's probably one of those setup fights that one champion should be doing, and no. So good for him to get that back for sure.
Oh, yeah.
back-to-back weekends of Frenchmen losing in the main event.
Yes. Very nice. But so yeah, that was a whole lot of fun. Co-main event, Cincinnati was returning on that one, ended up losing to UD. Wasn't the craziest fight overall. Solid though, but just sucks to see Cincinnati lose. But who knows? Maybe Yusuf ends up being a contender to challenge for the title or something.
Yeah, he looked real solid in there, and just 3 inches taller with a 7-inch reach advantage. Like, you could tell that he was just much longer and taller and able to use that to his advantage.
Yeah. But one of the real good things that happened, on this card, there were 3 fights that we were really looking forward to. Urso in the main event. This featured bout John Lineker, which, before we get into it too, they just on the night of, I don't know, so I saw that 2 people failed hydration test, and then one of the other fights just got canceled. But yeah, they, like, Tapology had 11 fights on the card, and as we were going, they were just like, oh no, there's actually only 8 fights, so it's just like, oh, that's fun. So we got through it a lot faster than we thought. But John Lineker, back in Muay Thai again, what was it, a month ago that he fought in Muay Thai, I think. It just did the same exact thing, but even faster this time. Got the 3 knockdown rule in the first round, 2 minutes, 14 seconds in, but that last one.
It was the 3 knockdown rule, but he was knocked unconscious on that third one.
Yeah, just got dropped pretty bad the first 2 times, and that third one, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man, John Lineker is just an absolute monster.
Yeah.
My favorite part about it was seeing One Championship clip a small part of the fight, and it was John right hooking the hand away and then like left hook up top and just clipping Alexi. And so many people no, he just missed the body shot, and it's like, this is what Lineker does. It's either the hand or the body, but he spams right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook. It's just it's his thing. Like, this isn't nothing new. This wasn't a surprise thing. If you keep watching Lineker, you'll see he's not a Muay Thai fighter. He throws hooks.
Multiple
it's great.
times. He has done this multiple times.
Yeah,
it has happened multiple times.
Every single fight of his career.
And I asked this question to y'all last night. I want people in the comment, not last night, Friday night. And I want people in the comments to answer it. Who has a pound-for-pound stronger left hook, Lineker or Alex Pena? Discuss.
It's pretty close. They both have many finishes in MMA via just left hook. It's pretty funny.
I know, and then all of Lineker's finishes that say punches, and you just know it's a barrage of hooks.
Yep.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, John Lineker, he has really found himself a great home in One Championship after leaving the UFC. Just smashing motherfuckers, getting $50,000 bonuses just all the time. Yeah, great fighter. Whole lot of fun to watch. Very nice. The last real thing to bring up from One Championship on Friday night, motherfucking Johan Estupinian was back, and it's just the same thing. It's just the same thing. He's wild as hell. He goes forward with so many shots, punches, and kicks all over, up and down the body, and that last left hand he landed on Jamari just laid him out. That shit was nasty.
Yeah. Because it was him that he landed the straight left, he just fell backwards, and the ref is like counting in his face, and he's just looking at him, counting backwards, or like counting back to the ref, like trying to be in it, and like, no, I'm good, and go just to stand up, and he was not there. He was so out of it.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know where the fuck Johan is exactly gonna go in this organization in terms of championship status, but he's gonna fuck up a whole lot of people until he gets a big opportunity, and I'm just all for seeing him in some big fights. It's just gonna be fun. Kill or be killed. It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
it's like, bro, like him, because it's Muay Thai, right?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, him versus fucking Rodtang. What does that look like? Him versus Superlek.
Okay, so
Tekaru.
Him versus someone like Rodtang or Tekaru is scary because while I've applauded Johan for his recoverability skills,
yes,
the thing is Rodtang and Tekeru don't get rocked the same way he does. Even though they get touched the same way he does, they don't get rocked. You don't watch them get stunned and stop in their tracks like, oh shit, one more shot and he might go down. You're not watching them get dropped 2 times in one round, even though they're eating these crazy shots. So it's like, while he has crazy skills to recover, somebody in front of them, like Rodtang or Tekeru, that's not gonna let up the pressure. Like, yeah, you're hurt and you didn't go down, they're gonna make sure you do. You know what I mean?
I think he does way better against Tekeru than Rodtang.
100%.
Because, like, with the last one, because I forget who Tekeru fought in his last one, but he did get dropped in that one. It was just, like, real, because, like, the guy it was, like, 2 shots pushing forward, Tekeru just fading back, and then I think it was a right hook, like, as he was fading back, caught him.
Right,
and
yeah.
It's one of those things where it's, like, if Tekeru's just moving back, hands down, like, you can't have your hands down when Johan's throwing at you, you know what I mean? Like, I would not be surprised if he's able to find some shots in there. I don't know exactly what their builds are compared to each other, but I feel like Johan's got to be a little bit taller and longer. He's 5'9", 74-inch reach.
5'6". I'm on 1 championship, so I don't have the reach for him, but
gotcha.
Yeah. So he's at least 3 inches taller.
It's good. It'd be so much fun, but he's definitely got some fun fights ahead of him in 1 championship for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
But let's go. Other than that, had a whole lot of decisions on the card, so not too much to get into there. But let's get into the good stuff. UFC 307 from Salt Lake City. It was this main event delivered so much more than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yep. All 3 of us had Pereira round 2.
Yep. And it was so funny because it was round 2 where fucking Poatan got hit with that big right hand after missing a head kick, went down, and it was just like, oh shit, is Khalil about to fucking get this done?
I saw that, and I immediately went, I knew I should have switched to fucking Khalil. Because that whole day, like, I went Pereira, but I was like, I have a fucking feeling today. I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's funny because, Jimmy's, like, been saying the same thing, and I don't know. I always thought that Poatan was going to get it done. I didn't get that same feeling, so watching this, I was like, holy shit, like, is Khalil actually going to do this? Like, I wasn't counting him out because I know he's an incredible striker, but it's like, it was one of those things of with it being such an undeserved title shot that it's hard to gauge where he is at the top when his win is off of Anthony Smith. You know what I mean? So I wasn't trying to count him out, but like I was wholeheartedly like, no, Poatan got this. So going into round 2 and then into round 3, it was like, oh my god, like Khalil's not like I didn't expect him to shoot a takedown, like because that's not his thing, but he didn't. He just stood there and struck with Poatan and took him into the 4th fucking round. Like the respect, the heart, the war out of that, because then even in round 4, like that's when Poatan really put it on him, but it was after that one nasty body shot that you saw, like Khalil was eating so much damage, and then that body shot that just shut it down, and Poatan put it on him, that knee, oh my god. But Khalil really gave him a fight. I didn't expect it to do this. Got fight of the night as it should, like, because like you said, I thought it was going to be over by round 2. Poatan left hook, goodbye.
And it's just one of those things that that's why you just gotta have the fight sometimes, and you gotta fucking let it play out to actually see, because styles make fights, and it's obviously everyone knows that, but it's stuff like this where you really get to see it. Poatan fighting Yuri twice, Jamal Hill, champions, finish them, no problem, looking amazing, you know what I mean? And against Khalil, just ranked number 8, like you said, he's on a 5-fight win streak, but his best win is Anthony Smith. He's already lost to guys like Johnny Walker, Ben Finish, you know what I mean? No one ever thought he was going to do anything great, but the soundness of his skills in Muay Thai, his physicality, his willingness to use that physicality to blitz forward on big shots, trying to put it on Poatan, but then also being able to be extremely smart and safe when he needs to be, and then just the toughness and durability. All of those things mixed together is why it took Poatan so long to get it done over Khalil compared to these other guys, and it's just a different animal, man. Like, so many of those left hooks that Poatan landed on him, just those were shots that finished everyone else. But Khalil was just in there hanging through. That eye got absolutely ripped apart. Amazing performance from Poatan. Khalil, just heart of a fucking champion, man. It was honestly sad at the end, just kind of watching Poatan, like just towards the end, Poatan was in the flow state. Everything Khalil was firing at him, he's just pulling on everything, slipping everything, firing beautiful counter shots, like just finding the placement in between the guard. It's like, when the fuck do you see Poatan out there fucking with beautiful head movement and everything? You know what I mean?
I was just gonna say, like, it sucks that it was against Khalil because he's awesome, but it was a beautiful thing to see because we never get to see it. Nobody ever takes Poatan into that state. You know what I mean? Like, obviously with Izzy it was a bit different, but even then, just ending with finishes, it's like, I mean, I know this did too, but you know what I mean? Like, this was just beautiful to actually get to see that full, like, it just kickboxing. It was just a kickboxing fight between the two of them, and it was incredible. Like,
but
and like that, basically that whole time he's getting that Khalil gets hurt, and then he's getting bombed on. He's still fucking throwing.
Yeah, with everything he had, he was like, okay, if he's gonna hit me, I might as well try to fight my way out of this. Like,
like, huge fucking heart. Like,
and
Khalil deserves all the fucking respect in the world.
Yeah, and that's because I know that I was listening to a little bit of like the post-fight press conference, and they were just saying that I guess like basically the entire arena of fans, like after the fight ended, like Poatan did his post-fight speech and everything like that, but then like they because I ended like and stopped watching like the broadcast, but I guess like they interviewed Khalil. And like the Dana was saying that like basically all of the fans stayed to like listen to Khalil talk and everything like that.
Awesome.
And it's just one of those things where it's like, bro, fucking Glover Teixeira winning in fucking Brazil, you know what I mean? Or no, I think it was when he lost to Jamal Hill in Brazil. Like, they didn't even stay to fucking listen to him talk, you know what I mean? And like just the entire arena basically there for Khalil, like all of the love and respect, like it was all there for Khalil, man. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Good. How can you not love and respect that man? You know what I mean? Just such a great person. Like, absolutely great. For Poatan, it just continuing to carve that legacy in such an extraordinary way. 3 title defenses now in 175 days, the fastest 3 title defenses in the history of UFC. Breaking Ronda Rousey's record. I think it was like 180 something days. 4 title wins at 205 pounds in less than a year, tying DC for the 3rd most title wins in the division's history. Just behind Chuck Liddell. Only needed 1 more to tie that, and then Jones, a lengthy amount of weight. He needs 10 more from right now to tie that. But it's one of those things. Obviously, I feel like he's never gonna really be able to become the greatest 205 pounder of all time. It's just a hard thing to do, and compared to the legacy that John's done. But
I was about to say, when the guy that you're chasing is not just the divisional GOAT, but arguably just the GOAT.
Yeah,
it's like, you're gonna have a tough time with that.
Yeah, and him being 37, 38 years old almost, you know what I mean? That it's just not going to play into that. But it's just hard. He is such a legendary fighter, and I don't know where exactly when his career's over, like where everyone's going to look at him. It's like, because it's like, you usually get the conversations of like greatest of all time or like the Mount Rushmore or like the divisional greats, you know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like he doesn't exactly fit into any one of them, but he belongs in the conversation with just some of the greatest fighters to ever exist, Yeah,
because who else has done what he's done?
No one.
I would make an argument that, like at the moment, he's still, like, you can still argue him in a divisional grade, because I would, even though Chuck has, the 5 title wins, I would probably argue him over Chuck.
Yeah, probably.
Like, skillfully.
Yeah, I mean...
that would be an insane fight to see. Holy fuck. Prime Chuck versus
That's illegal.
Pena.
That's illegal,
God
man.
Damn.
Bro, Chuck gets fucked up so bad, man. That's not even funny.
Yeah, but you forget. Prime Chuck had a fucking chin.
Bro,
until he didn't.
The levels in fucking striking ability between them are so vastly different.
They are.
It is like, bro, Chuck is probably what, fucking 6 foot tall or something. Like it.
Good question.
Like I feel like I don't think like he's some real super like big guy. Like I don't know, man. That would be terrible. But yeah, he's an amazing fighter. If he's able to go up to heavyweight at all and grab a title in any sort of way, then he's right there in the conversation for the greatest fighter of all time. You just can't deny that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Only fight left for Poetan.
6'2".
Huh?
Chuck's 6'2", 76.5-inch reach.
That just seems fake. Seems so tiny. I don't know. But either way, obviously the real fight is Poetan versus Ankalaev, but we didn't get that fight because he's booked, against Rakic.
And it's fine because Poetan wants some time to rest after this, for real now that he's had 3 fights this year, and he's just been going through whatever, injury-wise, health-wise. So his next fight, Magomed, assuming he wins?
Yeah, assuming he... I feel like it's just going to be the winner of that fight. Like, it's hard to say, like, who else would be in there. Because I feel like not Khalil. Sorry. I feel like Jamal's going to be getting booked here soon. He's probably got a fight. They're probably trying to offer him a couple fights right now. So,
I just... versus Khalil?
I mean, Khalil needs some time to rest up for sure.
Oh, I know.
But,
I don't know where Jamal's at with his injury.
Yeah. But yeah,
exactly.
that'd definitely be a great fight to go back to that.
That'd be a great fight. So my first thought was like, on how all this shakes out, we could still go back to the Yuri versus Jamal at some point.
Yeah, it really can't go wrong with any of the fights against the top guys that haven't fought each other yet. All good fights. But yeah, so Poetan maybe sits out till April or May. Actually gets a real
rest
championship break. But let's go on to the co-main event, the second title fight of the night, and the first split decision for us to talk about. I know that you sent it in the pod group chat, Ginger.
Yes.
Me and Kate were like actually talking about it earlier today. So Juliana Pena wins via split decision over Raquel Pennington. I believe the 2 judges that scored it for her scored 1 through 3 for her, and then it was 4 and 5 for Rocky. There were 26 media people that scored the fight. 25 of them scored them for Pennington. 1 had it a draw.
Somehow.
Yeah, whatever. I'm more okay with a draw than Pena winning this fight, honestly. She
100%.
Did not win this fight.
I had Pennington winning this fight last night, 3-2.
Yeah, round 1, Juliana really looked like just the 2-year layoff was kind of hitting her. It looked like she had a little bit of ring rust, just a little bit rusty. 2 and 3, though, I thought that was solidly her. No doubts about that. 4 and 5, that should have been Rocky, man. Like, both of those rounds, no problem. I mean, the judges did score 4 and 5 for her, but I guess, the round, really coming down to round 1. You look at the striking stats, it does show Juliana, outlanding her, I'm pretty sure, in that one. But
it does. But,
it's just one of those things where you gotta watch
the whole story.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
I'm sorry.
Because that's exactly what I said when she came out, is I was like, oh, this doesn't look like the Juliana that fought Amanda Nunes. The one that got 50-43'd by her, but was in there to fight. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then round 2 came around, and I was like, okay, she got her shit together real quickly. That rust went away. She just needed a little warm-up, and that came quick. But I, definitely didn't have any hope for her in round 1 at all.
Yeah.
It's just, crazy to see that 2 of the judges gave that to her. I felt really bad for Rocky.
The fucked up thing is, it's all right, people are going to be like, the 25 judges, whatever. The 25 media members, whatever. You guys, whatever. It's like, I have not seen someone give an actual coherent argument on how Pena won the fight online because everyone is saying Pennington won the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Dean afterwards was like talking like it was bullshit. Everyone, you know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure it was after that one that it was like Joe said something about like, you know, thinking that Rocky like did enough to win, and DC was just like, yeah, it's because you know what you're watching.
Yeah.
Literally everyone that watched that fight knew Raquel Pennington won that fight. The look in her face when they gave it to Pena and she just turned towards her and just like it was just like, what the fuck,
she just looked
man?
Dumbfounded.
Yeah. After all of the bullshit with all of the judging and everything, for it to be capped off like, you know, for the night with Rocky losing her title, I really do feel bad for her.
Yeah, I do too, because honestly, going into the fight, it only started like 2 days ago, but I was like, you know what? Juliana Pena might be better as the champion just because she has more personality. You know what I mean? There's not much going on at women's 135, so it needs something. So with Kayla like coming in, it would just like that would be better tension than Rocky versus Kayla. But this 100%. Isn't how I wanted it to happen.
No.
When they called her for the split decision, I was like, that's fucked up. I didn't want this. Like
I was about to say, you mean the same Kayla that she publicly ducked in her post-fight speech?
Yeah, and that was gonna be the next thing where it's like, for them to literally have it all set up like that's the thing. And I mean, we all knew that she was going to call out Amanda. That's the whole thing.
No.
That's all that she has.
Literally,
like that's what she's literally been doing for the last 3 years.
Yes.
But now we have potential for the funniest thing possible to happen. I don't think it will, but it's always like the slight chance. Juliana sits out and calls for Amanda for so long that she gets stripped of her belt because she doesn't fight Kayla, and now we have Kayla and Amanda Nunes for the vacant title. And
that'd be hilarious. I would love for that to happen. But literally...
The thing is that Amanda would beat the shit out of Kayla and then bounce. And then we would just be stuck where we were, so...
No, yeah. But I will say that, like, literally right before they went to her, I said, Pena, I literally tweeted, Pena, I don't care that a mic is in your face. Shut up about the Nunes fight. No one cares.
Yeah.
Not a single person. Everyone says 50-42, 50-43.
It's like
whenever you bring it up.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I get it's 1-1, but when the rematch is not close, it's
At all.
Not fucking close. Like, there's just no reason.
And like, it's just one of those things where at this point, obviously the most exciting thing in the division is for Amanda to come back and have more big fun fights. But that is also simultaneously the worst thing for the division because it's very doubtful that even Kayla or Juliana in a third fight or Macy coming up or Norma, whatever, is going to beat Amanda, or she's going to select the fight that she wants at the right time, get the fight, get the win, bounce again, and it's only just going to kill the division more.
Yeah.
We need to let the contenders that are in the division here to fight right now, we need to let them play it all out and let someone get the crown and dominate as the reigning champ.
No, for real, because we might not have a lot of names, but like you brought up with Macy and Norma and having Kayla in there, it's like there are a couple of names.
Yes.
And we need to let them do their thing because otherwise there's nothing.
Exactly, and it's like, you know, on the way up, we do got Cara Hoza, which, you know, doesn't have a whole lot of hype, but she is putting on fun fights, so let her get a good name fight and have a fun fight. Maybe some fans might start actually putting some respect on her.
Yeah.
We got Jermaine Durandamy back in the division, which for me, you know, hey, she's gonna put some fucking hype in some fights, all right?
Is she?
It's good for the division.
No.
Yeah. Yes. And then, you know, we got Eileen Perez and, you know, Chelsea Chandler, everyone's favorite fighter.
But, well, fuck Chelsea Chandler, but Eileen Perez has been putting on fun fights herself, you know, so.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're starting to get a little bit of life growing into the division. Let's just let it breathe and not have Amanda Nunes, the Lioness, just come stomping on this potential jungle that's
just come
sprouting,
to feast.
You know?
Yeah, we don't need that.
But, yeah, so Juliana, just don't fucking... Just fight Kayla. That's all we need. Just do it. Alright? Don't hold it up. Well, let's go. On to the featured bout. The next bullshit split decision, I would say. It was so sad. I know so many more people are definitely frustrated and annoyed about this decision than I am. Mario Bautista gets the split decision over Jose Aldo. It's one of those things where people, like, I know that it's like, control time, and, like, that's not just, like, a main scoring criteria, you know what I mean? Like, you go to effective striking, effective grappling before it. If someone isn't able to really do much, and then you are holding them up, like, against the cage, negating them from being able to do anything, like, yeah, not much is, like, happening there, but because you're the aggressing one in that position, you're gonna be the one winning that position. Over long periods of time, a lot of judges, like, still are going to favor that when not big strikes or big things are happening throughout rounds, and they're gonna give that to, like, the person that's aggressing with the grappling. Yeah, it's not looking toward a finish, it's not exciting, people hate it, whatever. But on the flip side, in my personal opinion, if you are going to sit there on the cage and let your opponent hold you and not really do too much to fight out of it and try and dig underhooks and get away and then get back to center and then get big shots going to actually, like, certify that you're gonna win that round, you deserve to lose it. It's just one of those things. I fucking love Jose Aldo, but this is 2 times now in Salt Lake City where the same thing has happened. Mario Bautista and Merab Dvalishvili, both of them holding him up on the cage, and he's just sitting there, just not really doing much. And, like, in the Merab one, there was, like, the clips of him, like, yawning and just being like, oh, whatever. And it's like, bro, if you're not trying to get out of that, you deserve to lose this fight. It's
like, I feel like some people kind of settle, and it's like, if they're not doing enough, or if they're not doing a lot and they're not working, maybe the ref will then break it up.
Exactly.
And especially going off of the crowd's reaction, because the crowd was going crazy about it, and the ref was breaking it up as often, like, as he could. I felt like, you kind of, like, some people just settle into it. Like, ref, break it up. I don't want to be here. You don't want us to be here, so let's do it. But it's like, you can't do that.
So, this is where I kind of, like, agree with Big John McCarthy. If Mario's up against, pushing up against Cage, and he's at least, doing something, throwing knees, whatever, little pitter-patter shots. You're literally doing nothing. I will not break that up. Fuck you. Get out. Like, I'm not there to break it up because you're not doing anything. I'm there to break it up because Mario's not doing anything. If Mario's still doing shit, I'm leaving it there. It sucks to suck, but, like, that's what's going to happen.
And it's just one of those things, too, where it's like people expect with grappling, where it's just like, oh, you should, like, if you want, like, a takedown or whatever, or to do something, it's like, well, shoot a takedown and get them down, and if you can't get them down, then, okay, like, break it up. It's like, bro, like, especially someone like Jose Aldo, you know how legendary his takedown defense is?
92% takedown defense.
And how like, Merab could not take him down at all. It's one of those things where it's like, if Jose is literally just sitting there, like, obviously he wasn't, like, turtle position because standing up, but, like, basically just entirely defensive posture, just negating anything that Mario's ready to, like, try and throw at him. How the fuck are you gonna try and take down an amazing defensive grappler like that? You're not gonna. You have to wait for them to do something to find the opportunities. You know what I mean? And it's just like, if Jose wants to sit there, then they're gonna sit there. You know what I mean? It's like, it sucks, but I don't know. Like I said, I still thought that Jose was gonna get the decision at the end of it. I thought he did have more effective striking enough throughout to just win the fight, but it was a solid game plan for Mario to just, land what he can when he could, just shoot on takedowns. He went, like, shot 11 or 12 takedowns on his?
10.
10. So, like, it's, like, bro, it's fucking Jose Aldo. It doesn't matter that he's 38 years old. He's still a legend, and it's an incredibly tough fight.
Yeah. Like, from WEC into UFC, he's been taken down 10 times in his whole career.
That's
I went through
so
and just
stupid.
counted. Like, the only person to take him down twice was Frankie Edgar.
That sounds about right.
Like,
And it's like, yeah, he's fought Piotr Jan and Marab, Frankie, Chad Mendes twice, Korean Zombie, like it just Cub Swanson, like so
like so that's why
many
it's so
people.
crazy seeing
So
people
many
say things
people.
like, oh, he couldn't even get down Aldo. Bro, most people can't.
Yeah.
If they can,
Yes.
it's one time and not for long. Like, what the fuck are you saying here?
People forget how good his fucking takedown defense is.
Yeah, like I said, 92%.
Yeah, man, for it to have such a lengthy career like Jose Aldo, especially with like his base and like fundamentals being striking, to have consistent takedown defense like that is pretty goddamn incredible. You know, like you usually see that kind of thing from legendary grapplers that are dominating their division. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, Mario gets it done. Definitely no love for this win. Probably not gonna get like a big bump up in a fight or anything like that.
Isn't it so crazy how you can see certain things like Khalil Rountree in a loss getting so much respect, gaining so many more fans, so much love, just all of that, and then in a win for Mario, losing fans.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying me, you know, like I understand, but it's just it's so wild how things like that happen.
And it's just one of those things where it's like, bro, like so many great fighters and fun fighters, they have duds. Like it is so common. Like
especially when you're up against a certain caliber of people. Yeah, sometimes you have to fight smart, not fun.
Yeah. And it's where it's like, yeah, just people don't also recognize the skills and like how that plays out in certain fights too, and just
I do think like it needs to be like, you gotta take a step back and like, because like the fans are like, and this is kind of like maybe a bad thing to say, but I honestly, it's kind of whatever. Fans are fucking selfish sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
sometimes.
Like
most of
the time. It's just like
most
insane.
fans,
it's just
most
like,
of the time, for
guys,
sure.
they're there to win.
Yeah.
To be fair, even though I want the most entertaining fights, guess what? They can say fuck me, fuck you. I'm gonna fucking win.
Yeah, because
it makes fucking sense to do that. They want to get paid.
People look at people on a screen and it's really easy to dehumanize them.
Yes.
They're no longer a regular human being living a regular human being life, especially when they're athletes and stars and on TV. And it's like, when it comes to the UFC, people like Mario are not making ginormous amounts of money where they're like, oh, this huge star, where they're living a totally different life. Like, no, bro. They're normal fucking people who you happen to see on TV. And it's like, this is their career, and it's a very short-lived career. They have to do with it what they can, and they have to be as smart about it as possible. How many older fighters, we sit here and we make jokes and we make video compilations of the memes of the fact that they can't even put together a coherent sentence because they've taken so much brain damage. Let's be real. That's a human being that, because of their job, took so much brain damage, they can't do shit else. And did they make enough money for them to live their life like that at such an early age? Hell no. So you can't hate on them and discredit them like this, because it's literally a life. Like, yeah, they're a fighter. They chose this path, but that doesn't mean they have to be dumb and reckless about it. Do we love the dumb, reckless people? Of course. But their futures are fucked.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, yeah. Like, that's like, we 100%, like, I definitely, you have to acknowledge that shit. Because, like, you only, like, the Mike Perrys, the Justin Gaethjes of the world, oh my God. Like, just in 10, 15 years. Imagine how they're going. Yeah, just 10, 15 years, like, what it's going to be like.
Yeah, and it's like, there are so many fighters that do that kind of thing and put, like, way too much on the line for what they get. And it's one of those things where it's so, we get it so consistently that it's just so normalized that when fighters go against it, it's so easy to talk so much shit, because it's like, you could point to fucking the last couple cards and be like, oh yeah, all of these fighters that don't fight that way, you know? But like, it's just part of the thing where it's like, yeah, you gotta be okay with fighters being smart about their careers. And then, yeah, like you said, the fighters like Mike Perry and Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier.
Appreciate them that much fucking more.
Exactly. Like, because it is so... Bro, Dan Hooker literally has, like, said he has made enough money that he does not need to do this anymore. He is set. His family does not want to do this, but he gets into fucking wars because he goddamn loves it. He loves to do it. He loves to entertain. Fucking appreciate it, man. And while he's here, and it...
No, seriously.
Just so many more fighters. But yeah.
But now that serious rant's over,
But
Yeah, right.
Back to the card though. So yeah, Mario. Honestly, the next fight for him, I would love to see. Let's get him versus Song Yadong.
I was gonna bring up Song Yadong as well.
Yeah, I think Song Yadong has to fight back to kind of keep his spot in like the division, and it's like Mario still deserves a step up. 7-fight win streak now, not the greatest win, but send him up the division a few spots. Let's get him against Song Yadong.
Oh yeah.
And can we please, for the love of God, get the Legends fight already between Jose and Cruz? Please, this is now the time to might as well do it.
See, I just don't expect Cruz to be fighting or anything at this point. It's like if he wants to fight and is down for it, that's obviously perfect. It's fine. But it's also one of those things where it's like, this is a shitty decision for Jose Aldo. You know what I mean?
It is.
Super close fight, just in everything. Let him also fight up. And let's do him versus another former champ. Give him Henry Cejudo.
No.
Cejudo?
No?
So that he can get held up on the cage again.
It's not the Cejudo will do way more striking than that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And it's like, at this point, I don't think he'll I don't know if he would even be able to really hold him up on the cage like that. I think it would be a bit different.
Yeah. Also, another Legends fight, so why not? I'm fine with it.
Or it's like, you know, even fuck it, if you just want to have fun and just not even give a fuck. He was talking about Sean O'Malley before the fight. Just do him versus Sean O'Malley. Sean ain't holding him up against the cage.
That's true. But
that is true.
Yo,
Sean
you don't think that would be a fun fight though?
Of course it would be.
Yeah.
But yeah. Either way though, it can't really go too wrong with Jose Aldo and where you book him. Just give him something good.
It's just one of those things where you're gonna, because I know you love Jose.
Yes.
So like he fights Sean, and now, and then now I'm like, all right, now he should fight for. Well, no, he just lost to number 1. He should still be fighting up.
He loses to Sean when he fights Corey. You know what I mean?
You're doing the same. You're doing the thing that we say we hate the UFC doing, which is keep giving these guys. Like I know he's not getting knocked out, but keep giving these guys who are on long loss streaks top 15 guys, even though they keep losing.
But it's different. It's not like he got fucked up in this, you know? It's like he's showing that like he's there, so it's fine. Either way, moving on down the card. We're spending too much time on all these fights. Next fight on the card.
Oh, this sucked. This is so sad.
Roman Dolidze, Kevin Holland. It was, they were going, and then Kevin Holland got taken down. And Dolidze was just on top for a bit, got into a good position, started landing some good shots. Kevin just fucking in mount off his back, just covering up, getting beaten up, and he's just talking to Roman the entire time, talking to the ref. And then as soon as, like, you know, the round ends, he starts to get up, just points to his rib, goes to his corner, and it's like, yeah, rib fucked up, fight over.
Well, because before that even, like, before the talking started happens, like, there was some transition where you seen him kind of, like, make a face, cover up for a second, end up on his back, and then that's when Roman was in mount and, like, just hitting him, and he was just talking shit the whole time, and then, Yeah. But, like, you saw
So what happened is, it looked like Kevin Holland was trying to roll for like an arm bar or something.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, it just gave out on him.
Went the wrong way,
It just, And he was like kind of trying to stay in the fight a little bit.
Yeah, he for the rest of the round for sure. He didn't want to get finished.
No, I'm talking about like after the round because like he pointed to his thing, but he was even arguing with his coach. No, I can let me go out there for this round, whatever. And it's like the coach made the right call calling the fight. Because if that's broken, you don't need to fucking keep going on that fucking shit.
No.
And when you have a fighter in there, just yelling in pain, just over and over again, just shit, fuck, just with how much it hurts, the fight's fucking over.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that injury is far beyond what he's normally going to take in a fight.
Yeah,
in terms of pain.
Just motherfucking big mouth. Just so funny. It just knows his shit's fucked up and just in mount getting beat up and just talking.
Yeah,
just
I need to hear the audio on that. I would love to know what he was screaming at Roman.
Yeah. So Roman, a top 10 guy at 185 pounds, and he just beat a welterweight, and then his fight before that he beat a light heavyweight. So I don't really know what that does for him at all. He's old and the UFC doesn't care about him. I really don't know what's going on with his career now that I'm kind of thinking all about it. I have no idea who he's gonna fight next.
That win somehow got him his black belt, you know.
Yeah.
You think that maybe they'll put him in like a Brendan Allen fight?
That'd be a good one.
Because it's a fight that Brendan Allen could potentially win. It would be a good fight.
Yeah.
He did win the...
I could see
he's
that.
He's also, like, physical, too, though, so, like, that could give Brendan Allen tons of problems, like, you know, just getting, like, punched up with some shots.
So it's, like, a slight jump up, you know, 10-8.
Yeah, that's good.
If Allen wins, it puts him back on the win streak. If he wins, then cool, I guess, you know?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I definitely think that's a good one. And Kevin Holland just fights someone at 170 pounds. Like he said, loses a big fight, goes back to fighting bums. You know what I mean? So, the Kevin Holland game plan. We should have known that he was going to lose this one.
I knew it.
I don't even remember what I put on Tapology, honestly.
I did not choose him because I knew.
I don't think I chose him
ranked
either.
number 10. I don't care if it's Delize or who it is. He's ranked number 10 at 185.
I did not choose him.
Yeah, there's no reason. He doesn't want to win that because then he has to fight up and or fight someone else that's good again. Loses, back to bums. Make some money.
Last fight on the main card, Kayla Harrison taking on Ketlin Vieira. Kayla Harrison wins by unanimous decision. Definitely not the unanimous decision I thought that she would get.
Yeah.
Struggled way more in this fight than I was expecting. She was eating some big elbows up in the clinch on the cage, Ketlin trying to defend, but overall really did not have much against Kayla. And it's it. It's Kayla, Juliana, let's get it. That's all there is to 135 pounds for now.
No, yeah, 100% agree with that.
But yeah, just nice for her to be 2-0 in the UFC though. So just keep on trucking. The prelims, we had some decent stuff going on. Prelim headliner, a very sad one. Joaquin Buckley becomes the second man ever to knock out Wonderboy Thompson. Third round, just fucking charging at him. Flies forward with that right hand, catches him right on the chin, puts him down, and the fight was over.
Yeah.
Poor Wonder Boy. That was sad to see. It's just funny too because with all the judging and all the decisions, heading into the third round, the judges had it scored 2-0 both ways, and then 1-1 on the other judges' scorecard. So no matter if we made it to the end of that round, we were going to see a split decision. So almost added another one to the list. Other than that, what are the big prelim ones that you guys want to talk about and had fun watching? Nothing?
I got something. It's just like I wanted to make sure I had it right.
Mm-hmm.
So, OSP, Brian Spann.
Beautiful.
It went to first round finish.
Yes.
I thought that was going to happen.
Yep.
I was 99% sure that was going to happen. It was a submission. I thought that was possible. Possibly could have happened. Brian Spann submitting OSP via guillotine choke was not in my deck of cards, funny enough. And that was just,
I'm pretty sure he's got a good amount of guillotines.
He does, but like
Guillotine, Kutelava, Devin Clark.
Okay, time out. Before you keep going. Guillotine against OSP, the man who has half of the Von Flue chokes in UFC history.
Yes, but of Ryan Spann's 13 subs, 8 of them are Gillies.
I know.
This thing.
It's his thing.
And it's like he had him rocked and hurt beforehand too. You know what I mean? So it's like
no, which is what I expected to happen. Yeah, I expected a round one KO TKO.
And that's why with the Gilly, it just is so unsurprising because it is OSP. But dude's old and so out of his prime at this point. Got rocked and hurt, shot on takedown, neck is right there, done. You know what I mean? Fucking just hit him with that high elbow guillotine. Fight was over. That just beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
This was also OSP's last fight on his contract.
Yep.
I highly doubt UFC brings it back.
Probably not.
So.
Yeah, Spann just ended a 3-fight losing streak. So good for him.
Yep.
So who do y'all think OSP is going to be fighting in PFL?
Thiago Santos.
Yoel Romero.
Both are terrible. Kate, anything on the prelims that you want to bring up?
It's like, the thing is, the prelims weren't spectacular, but Cesar Almeida and Ihor Potiera, because that was terrible.
Yeah.
Bro, there was so many fouls in there from Cesar that the ref was just not calling. Because, you know, a lot of times, like sometimes you see something where the fighter keeps complaining of shit and it's really just nothing. They're just trying to get out of the fight. But commentary kept bringing it up in the corner, showing us, like, no, this happened. What is the ref doing? Like, he got poked in the eye and the ref didn't call it. And then immediately after that, Cesar just punches him straight to the nuts. And it was like, oh, okay, nice, in a matter of 3 seconds. And he's taking a while, but he's taking a while because he's rubbing his eye. And, like, DC and Joe, they're showing, like, bro, like, nah, he got poked in the eye. The ref's like, are you good? Are you good? Like, come on. And he's like, my eyes, bro. And then he got poked in the eye how many more times after that?
Like 4.
He got poked 4 total times. He got poked in both eyes and got hit in the nuts in the first round. And then 1 more time in each round after that.
Yeah. Pretty beautiful.
This ref, I know you have a problem with Ihor, but here's the thing.
No, it's funny. It's not necessarily.
No, it is.
It's so bad.
It is like comical, but it's also at the same time like, Jesus fucking Christ. I probably would have, like, the first round after that second eye poke, 100% should have taken a point.
Well, the thing is that he didn't acknowledge the first eye poke.
I
so
know!
why would he take it? So, like, yeah, it was just crazy.
What I'm saying is, like, how it should have gone is, should have been a warning, nut shot, you know, fine, warning, whatever. Second eye poke in the round, take a point. Second round, another eye poke, take another point. Third round, take another point. This fight should have ended 27-27, in my opinion. I don't care what anyone thinks about that.
I wish that would have happened because I ain't never seen no shit like that, and that would be funny.
That would be. Oh my god.
But yeah,
it's either that or DQ him after the third eye poke.
But yeah,
like, no, you're done.
Earlier, Jimmy bringing up like the terrible judging and reffing. This is where the reffing was bad because he just didn't acknowledge any of the fouls other than the nut shot, and it just didn't take any points because of it. It was just, it kept happening. It was terrible.
Yeah, no. Never bring that ref back.
No, not at all. Yeah,
please.
That was absolutely terrible. And just quick little mentions. Yasmin Lucindo, 22 years old, gets a split decision win over Marina Rodriguez. I thought Marina was going to get that one, but it just very nice for Yasmin to get herself up in the division. I think Marina was ranked number 6 heading into this. Yasmin ranked number 14, so just a giant step up.
Yeah.
Not sure where exactly they're going to matchmake her, but just great to get some fresh names in the top of that division.
I really hope that even though she just landed right outside the top 5, that they either won't put her there or they'll still matchmake her backwards.
Yeah. Yeah. That would definitely be good for her career, more than likely. I mean, she's obviously showed to be very solid, getting like good takedowns over Marina throughout that fight. I think she got 3.
Yeah.
But
3
yeah,
or 4.
So it's very solid, but it's just a little bit of time. It's all right. We don't got to rush it too much, you know?
No, like you said, 22 years old.
Tisha Pennington won against Carla Esparza. Carla ended up retiring after her retirement fight. I was a little bit surprised that they did like the whole package and everything for Carla, but I guess it kind of makes sense, you know? She did bring in the strawweight division, 2-time champ, so...
And it was a planned retirement, so that's why I'm not surprised, you know?
It's like, just, you know... Like, with the fighters that they've done, you know, for just, like, big fan favorites, all that, you know, just kind of surprising. But I did think that it was just very nice that they did that for her. I was just, you know, it was very, very deserving. Like I said, 2-time champ and brought in the strawweight division that has produced many fun, great talents, so. Let's go. Other than that, that's really all the big things to bring up from this card. I hope everyone enjoyed UFC 307. It was very solid. But next week, we back to the Apex. Right back at home with a beautiful flyweight main event.
Yeah.
Catch everyone in the preview to that one. Peace out.